What's going on, people? Seth here. Yeah, I had an interesting day today. Not really. Same old bullshit at work. Just sitting here chilling with my tsunami. HSTS. The only HSTS sword I got for right now. But once I'm back to being me, I'm going to put the feelers back out there, see if I can get at least one more Budo. Just to have a Budo in my collection. It was a special sword to me. Those three I had, and yeah. So the poison's kind of dying down in here a bit. It's not making me choke. Because if you guys don't know, I'm going to kind of just lightly touch on this because it's really nobody's business. But when my ex left, she had a dog running around here, and the mess that dog made was attracting roaches like you wouldn't believe. You ever seen that? I can't remember if it's part 1 or part 2, but Creep Show, where the guy's getting invaded by roaches and they find him in the bathtub, roaches all coming in, and that's where I was heading to. So I've gone through 4 cans of Raid. My dad's come in here and sprayed with some kind of, I think it's Spectricide, but it had a really nauseating effect on me. And like I kind of revealed in a comment from last night, I do have COPD, CPOD, whatever the hell it is, where basically I cough a lot. And believe it or not, the menthol and Newports is about the only thing that calms my cough down, because you always notice when I'm smoking, I don't really cough that much. And it's funny they put menthol in cough drops. And I'm sure it's doing more damage than it is, but, good in the long run. But whatever, it's my choice. That's another story. So, anyway, with that being said, the dog's gone. I found a different home for him. Anyway, so point of this video is I was looking at some of my old videos last night. I wanted to basically reconnect with myself, because for the past 2 years, I've not been myself. You guys have probably seen it. I've tried to fake my way through videos, and you guys can tell the difference, I'm sure. I can tell the difference just in watching myself and the ones I've made since I got rid of that bad element. And I can see a little bit of my old personality starting to come out. Whereas before, I do a cutting video, I seem depressed. Hell, I look fucking depressed. I'm sleeping better. But anyway, the point is, I watched some of my old videos last night and just kind of reconnect with where I was, with who I was before my priorities shifted to the wrong element. Ice House Edge, baby. I wish I could find my steel reserves. I miss my steel reserves. You bastards. Anyway, that was my trademark drink. That was as much as Freestyle Swordsman as me saying peace and saying my name and having a sword sitting beside me, But but I watched those videos, and I watched the energy I had and put into them, and like the ones where I did all the fancy green screening and stuff like that. And I still have the thing somewhere in that room, I want to say. But the kit wasn't that expensive. I can get another one. I'll eventually will. I do have a tripod coming. And it's made just for an iPhone 12 Pro, which is what I have. Now, the thing is, and you guys may be able to tell a difference in the camera quality, I'm sitting in pitch black right now. But the way this phone works, it makes it look like I got all the lights on in the house. So when I finally do get that going, and I'm back out there cutting, it's going to look better than the camera I had before. Because I had a video camera before, little video camcorder. It was 4K, but it wasn't the quality this fucking iPhone puts out. This thing is ridiculous. I look at some of the videos I made outside. It's 4K HDR, and it's also 60 frames per second, and it's crystal fucking clear. And this is the selfie cam. I'll be using the rear cam, which is a really super dick camera, to make the cutting videos and shit. And once I get the tripod, I'll have my videos back to being, landscape or whatever, instead of being in portrait mode, up and down like this, whatever. But I'm lazy, and I feel like duct taping the thing to the wall or some kind of shit. But I watched myself last night and I realized I have not been happy. I've not been myself or happy in about 2 years. I looked at it in the last cutting session I did. When I say cutting session, I don't mean cutting a bottle and trying not to break anything in here by holding back or whatever. I mean actually going out to my parents' house, 20 minutes from where I live, and cutting shit in the backyard to where I could move, I could do things, I could do trick cuts and whatever. That's to me, that's what I do. That's freestyle swordsman cutting or whatever. It's freestyle cutting. I actually talked to Eric a few weeks ago before all this shit went down. I told him basically I don't have time for FFC anymore, and I offered him the role of leader or whatever the hell you want to call it. And I guess he's still chewing it. He's still chewing on it, whatever. But now that I'm free, I would love for me and him to co-lead or co-run the thing. Maybe try to get some people into it, bring it back one last time. If we can get any interest, if not, we're still gonna cut. I'm gonna still wear my FFC shirt. I'm still gonna wear that. I'm still gonna use the stand to say FFC on them. That's never gonna change because I don't feel like buying any more wood or painting it over again. If you guys are wondering what that whining noise is, that is a new cat I have. Her name is Oni. She is jet black and she's in heat. I still got to get her spayed to get her out of this every month. Because she will, you guys know cats, they'll have their butt up in the air and scurrying across the carpet and whining like that. And I don't know if she ended up getting locked in the bedroom or whatever when I was putting my laundry up, but she may be in there. I'll get her out in a minute, she's fine. But it just made me realize I was so unhappy. I wasn't myself. I wasn't doing sword stuff. I wasn't doing knife stuff. And I guess the bottom line of this video that's going way too long for my taste is if you're in a relationship with somebody and they prevent you from being yourself, I don't care if it's a hobby you got, if it's they're interfering with just anything to deal with your happiness, with your way of life. There's compromise, of course, but if they're not letting you be yourself, it's time to get out of that relationship before it gets to the point where I got. Without giving away too much information, because it's nobody's business, I felt trapped in my own home. And I don't know what it is with women when they move in with you, they think they have some kind of control. And I remember saying this to her one of the last times we got into a fight. It's like, you think you have some kind of right to be here, like you can treat me however you want, and I just have to put up with it. And I won't go into detail about what was going on, but and of course that made the fight escalate. But make no mistake, when you're dating somebody and you move in with them, I'm not talking about you get married, you get a house, or you're engaged and you decide to get a house together and it's in both of your names. But this goes for guys too. If you go live with your girlfriend, you're living in her house. That doesn't mean you can just make a mess, not do anything, be mean to this person, and then think that you just cannot be kicked out, that you just, it's your house too. No, that's not the way things work. You can't treat someone that you're living with like crap. Now, if it's a marriage, of course, that's different. It's equal things, equal whatever. But even then, it doesn't give you the right to treat them like crap, but just because you think they can't go anywhere. Even if you're married to them, there's nothing stopping them legally from getting in their car and going to a motel room and just getting away from you. Okay? You don't have to put up with that. And I'm guessing this is for anybody that's watching this, whether you're a man, female, whatever you identify as, whatever. If you're in a relationship like I was, and you feel trapped, and you feel like you can't talk to nobody, there's a way out of it. It may be hard, it may be heartbreaking, it may be scary. You may be afraid to talk to that person about it for fear of what's going to end up happening, whether it be violence, breaking up, them breaking something of yours. I've gone through all that. at the end result, if you end up getting them out of your life and out of your house, regardless if it costs you a couple of picture frames or a couple of things that you bought that mean a lot to you to get to the story, as long as they get out of your life, that's what matters. If you got to get the police involved, do that. And that's the point of this video tonight. Don't let anyone make you unhappy. It is not. Oh, there's somebody on Facebook. It is not worth it. It's not worth being with someone that makes you miserable on a day-to-day basis, to where you walk in the room and you're kind of walking on pins and needles, just wondering if you're going to set them off. If you can't talk to the person you're with calmly about something that bothers you or bothers them, or an argument, you don't need to be with them. And if I won't get into this part. This may be a future video about, being faithful. But I just wanted you guys to know that I did go back and look at my old videos last night. And I seem to be repeating myself. But the point is, I'm back. And I will never put myself through that hell again. It is just not worth it. It's not worth becoming someone you're not. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to end this video with the usual. For the last almost 2 years, I would look at myself in the mirror and not recognize the man looking back at me. And I hated that. I was coerced into doing things that I knew were wrong, and that was totally out of character for me, because I love this person. I love this female. But I'll never forget, I was watching Karate Kid 2 a couple of weeks ago. And it's a corny movie, but it's a great 80s movie. It's got a lot of life lessons in there that still pertain to, even modern life. But I remember Daniel asked Mr. Miyagi, he's like, why didn't you, I can't remember the question. But he said, but Miyagi's answer was, never put passion before principle. Because even if you win, you still lose. Even if you put your morals and your principles aside and you get the girl, you're still losing, because you're losing yourself. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to knock off with the depressing videos for tonight. I may make one more about a sword or a knife or something I think is cool. I don't know. It's still early. I ain't got to be at work till late tomorrow if I decide to go in, because I'm the boss. Anywho. Throat got dry. Anyway, that's it. Don't let anyone ever change you. At least not for the worse. When someone comes into your life, they should enhance it. They should make it better. They should be your rock. They shouldn't be the anchor pulling you down. You guys have a great one. Peace and say my name. We'll see you in the next video.